Lights on.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about the symmetrical all-wheel drive system on today's Subaru. If you notice, you have 4 wheels. The nice thing about a Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive system is that all 4 wheels have torque at all times. It's just a matter of the car automatically moving torque to and from the wheels. It'll move it from the wheels that don't have traction or are slipping to wheels that do have traction. Living in Minnesota, you want to be able to move forward at all times, or if you need to back up, you want to be able to do that regardless of how much snow or ice is on the ground. Other cars, like the Jetta, do not have a symmetrical all-wheel drive system. Therefore, you have front-wheel drive. If you get the front end stuck, you get out and you push. With Subaru, you don't do that. Now, combined with that symmetrical all-wheel drive system, notice on the Impreza, 6.1 inches of ground clearance. That is a huge amount of ground clearance. Now, if we look at the Jetta, we're looking at 5.5 inches of ground clearance. Imagine yourself in a snowstorm like we had. The 2 snowstorms we had this year were what? We got 8 and 12 inches of snow. This is going to be your Subaru, or this is going to be your VW. This is your Subaru, this is your VW. See the difference?
Great job, Jeff. Let me tell you about some of the other features that the Jetta has versus the Impreza. One thing you'll see on the Impreza is you have independent suspension all the way around. Now on the Jetta, you actually only have independent suspension in the front, not the rear. The importance of that, with the independent suspension, each wheel is going to move on its own. So if you hit a pothole, it's going to keep the car level, where in the Jetta, if you hit a pothole in the rear, the entire back end is going to move. Another thing that the Jetta has is rear drum brakes, front disc brakes. The Subaru Impreza has disc brakes all the way around, 4-channel as well, so each one has its own ABS system. Now that's going to give you better stopping power, and also it's going to be more reliable. Elliot?
Thank you, Scott. The Jetta and the Impreza share a number of really great features, including Bluetooth and a standard auxiliary input jack. However, they don't share one thing, which is their MSRP. The Impreza comes out usually about $1,000 less than the Jetta, and gives you added features, not only the safety and performance features that the other 2 gentlemen spoke about, but also the cargo space. Not quite as much as the Jetta, but the legroom, the headroom, not to mention a standard, not optional, but a standard USB auxiliary jack. Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, how often do you trade your car in? When you go to a dealership and you trade your car in, what is usually the greatest disappointment you experience? I'll tell you, it's the trade-in value of the car that you bring them. Subarus, according to the American Leasing Guide, have the highest residual value of any car in the U.S. Translated, that means that when you bring your Subaru into a dealership, you will get more for it than you will get on a Jetta. And that's important to you because everybody today in this economy wants a lower payment. That's going to help you realize that lower payment. Combine that with the resale value if you should decide.
Time.
Okay. See, there's a little timer on it.
You're supposed to either go like this